What's going on, Diggletdreamers? Diggletdreams here with week 8 of the National Dex Battle League. This week we're up against Jcreamz, aka Joey, aka Jcreamz14. Make sure to check out his channel. His link will be down below in the description. Great battler, cool guy. We got some cool teams here. I don't know what to say. This is a pretty good battle. I don't know what to say. I feel like I should have something to say right here, but I don't. My team has a lot of ways to take on his team. Is a lot weirder than his though. So I don't know why. For some reason, his team seems. I think it's just the coloring. It's all the same colors. It's all pink and red and brown, and then just the one blue. Whereas mine has all kinds of different colors. By that I mean it has green and orange. But once I get rid of the Grand Bull, my Flygon puts in a lot of work. I can just click Outrage and start killing things. Cobalion helps me deal with the Gramble as well as the Drapion, which also helps me deal with the Latias, although it is Mega Latias, so maybe not too much. Mega can also put in work. I went with the Choice Specs Tinted Lens this time, just because Speed Boost isn't really that important here. My team is much faster than Jcreamz's. Or these Latias is the only fast thing, and then maybe Diggersby if he goes with a Scarf set. Let's just get right into this battle here this time. This is my second battle of the night that I had 3 battles. No, this was my third battle, but I'm saving the second one because I still need to do a team breakdown, team overview for that league, so I was saving that one for last. Anywho, let's get into this battle. So he decides to lead with his Diggersby as I lead with my Flygon, which is my Scarfer. I decide to go right for the U-turn, right into my Mew, which is my physically defensive Pokemon. He goes for the Ice Punch, and it leads me to believe that he is also Scarfed right there, just because why else would he stay in and go for the Ice Punch on my Flygon unless he was Scarfed and thought he had a chance to outspeed. So I think we both know our Scarfers now on the first turn. As I go for the Baton Pass, as I know he's going to switch, so I go into a Mega, which can threaten the Conkeldurr with the Air Slash, and I'm just going to bring this to a slower speed just so I can try to keep up a little bit better. He brings in his Blastoise, which can take the hit pretty nicely. So I'm going to be forced out into my Rotom, which will eat up this Scald really nicely, but is going to get burned, unfortunately. Just going to be kind of a big factor with my Rotom getting whittled, but I'm going to hit this Blastoise with the Will-O-Wisp as he does go for the Mirror Coat, so that's nice for me. Wanted me to go with the Volt Switch, but I did not, as now he's going to pull a switch into his Moongus, so I'm just going to double Willow because I knew he was going to switch there and I wanted to get something else burned, so I was hoping to more something like the Diggersby would come out, but unfortunately he does go Moongus, and now I'm going to Volt Switch on this thing into my Mega, which can't take a Giga Drain, but also if something was going to get Spored, I guess I'd want this to get Spored. I wish I had brought a Grass type at that point, but he doesn't go back into his Conkeldurr as I'm going to stay asleep one more time as he does go for the Knockoff, which is going to do a lot of damage and knock off my Choice Specs, unfortunately. And I'm going to wake up here and go hit him with the Air Slash, which isn't going to do that much, especially with my Choice Specs gone, but with the burn it's going to be adding up. So I'm just going to pull another switch into my Rotom to take that Scald very nicely. And now he's definitely in range of a Volt Switch, so he just decided to switch into his Amoonguss, just a safer play as I go for the Will-O-Wisp again. Really trying to catch that Diggersby, because that would be really nice if I could burn that thing. Decided to go for the Pain Split there, take the hit, or to get some health back, but the Giga Drain ends up doing a little too much for me. And he is gaining and I'm losing, so I decided to go for the Volt Switch there and go right into my Yanmega once again, as he does go for the Spore again. And let's see, this time I pull a switch into my Cobalion, trying to catch something, as it is Gladius, and then he pulls a switch into his Diggersby, and I go for the Swords Dance, and that was a pretty big play. I could have gone for the Iron Head there, or anything. I have X Scissor, I could have gone for that, but I couldn't have done any damage to the Latias without a Swords Dance, really. So this is a big turn for me. I was doing some calcs, and I knew I would eat up a return, and Earthquake had a pretty good chance to OHKO, and I knew this thing was scarfed, so I knew it would outspeed. But I had Flygon, I have Rotom, I have Yanmega, all Pokemon that are immune to Earthquake. So I was trying to predict him to go for the return there, and I just went for the close combat and KO'd this thing, predicting him to go for the return, and I eat it up because I was not expecting him to go for Earthquake. But looking back at it, I think him going for Earthquake was kind of a play that he was easy for him to make, because he has a pretty safe switch into my Asleep Yanmega, Amoonguss for the Rotom, and Granbull for the Flygon. So even if I did pull a switch, if I was more likely that I was going to pull a switch, if I was him, I would have predicted the switch, but he does not predict the switch, and I lose my Cobalion, which is really bad for me. What was I going to say? He knew he was safe going for the Earthquake because he had safe switch-ins to my Earthquake switch-ins, and I should have thought about that more and saved my Cobalion. But now I can go into my Yanmega while he's trapped in an Earthquake, and he's going to switch it into his Blastoise. I'm going to remain asleep, but then I am going to wake up this turn and finish him off with the Bug Buzz, as he is going to go into Latias. This does outspeed me, unfortunately, and it's going to KO me with a Shadow Ball. So it's not looking good for me. I'm going to go Drapion here. He's going to drop a Draco, which is going to do a little under half, and I'm going to just go right for the knockoff, which does not do half. So neither of us are in a great position against each other, as I'm just going to go for the Pursuit, really hoping to catch him on the switch there, but he does go for the Recover, and I'm going to switch into my Mew, because I know well, he's at half special attack. I should be able to take any one hit, and my goal here is try to pass a Swords Dance into my Flygon, because if I get that thing in with a Swords Dance or two, I can start putting in a lot of work. But unfortunately, he does go for the knockoff, which is going to put a lot of pressure on my Mew. I'm going to Baton Pass here, really hoping he would go for the Mach Punch or something, and he does go for the knockoff again, and unfortunately that means I lose my Choice Scarf, but I can still take on this Granbull with an Earthquake, finish it off right there. But that is pretty much it, because with my Scarf gone, I am outsped by the Latias as well as the Diggersby. I will go down to a Mach Punch, and I don't really have anything else to take on his team. I have no real sweepers left, so unfortunately I'm going to go down. My Rotom is going to go down to the Draco Meteor, Mew will go down to the Shadow Ball, and now it's up to Drapion, and Drapion can't even take on the Latias, let alone a Diggersby or anything. So in comes the Amoonguss, which is just gonna put me to sleep, which is just kind of annoying. I was just like, okay, you could have just killed me, but it decided to put me to sleep, which is just kind of like, alright. It goes for the Draco, which does get the slightly higher roll and knock me out, and that is unfortunately going to be the game. So the Buizels get a loss week 8, unfortunately. I forget what our record is. I believe, was I 4-3, so now I'm 4-4, I think. So, not looking good, but hopefully get a win next week and get that positive score back up. Make sure to check out Jcreamz. Link will be right down below in the description. And thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe for Pokemon content all the time. And other than that, keep dreaming, and peace out.